with me currently playing only in the MMC and multiple other leagues still finishing up their season or waiting in sign in, I didn't really have much to do in Draft League besides the MMC. So I decided to join up with another league, a completely new one, which I have never competed in, and that is the PPDL, the Paldean Parlor Draft League, or the Paradox Parlor Draft League. They are a 4-division competition, with the Miraidon and Koraidon League being a tag team or some sort of competition where I did not really felt like I would fit in, because I already have a hard time dealing with myself. And the Great Tusk and the Iron Threads division, which is a regular national Dex league, and I have been accepted into the Iron Threads division. Not really sure if it's because of standards or experience for coaches, but I am very happy I've been accepted, and I have already drafted a team to start off my season 3 competition with 16 coaches in the division. I was coach number 3 to make his pick with the regular snake style draft principle. And yeah, let's just go into my first pick. As number 3, I was able to pick up Pelifin, aka Almost Easy. By the way, if you can discover the theme I have for nicknaming my Pokemon for this league, please let me know down below. I am curious to see if anyone can find it out. Spoiler alert, there is one Pokemon which nickname is not fitting for the rest of the team, but I guess you'll find out soon enough. Pelifin is, aka Almost Easy, is an amazing Pokemon once you've been able to transform it using his Zero to Hero ability. The Zero to Hero ability makes it go from the regular small dolphin that you see on the right side to go into the hero form on the left side. The HP stat and speed stat will not change during that, but all other stats get a major boost, with attack going up from 70 to 160, so that's basically a 90 base stat boost. Which makes Pelifin an incredible hard-hitting Pokemon, mainly on the physical side, but can also be a special attacker. This thing has great priority in Jet Punch, which is 60 base power over the regular 40 base power that most priority moves have. With Flip Turn, it's easy to switch out immediately while doing some little damage, mainly from the 70 base attack stat. And yeah, going back out makes it go into his hero form, and yeah, just go absolutely wild. It has some decent coverage with close combat, Drain Punch, Ice Punch. Yeah, only 2 weaknesses because it's a mono water type, and a great first round pickup if I do say so myself. Knowing I had a plan from the beginning of the draft, which I was hoping I could do. And after the first round, going into the snake pick, I found out I was not the only one with a plan in mind. So I really had to be on my toes and be smart about my picks, because, like I said, Ryan Haywood had the same idea as me, so I had to be smart. But for now, for round 2, I felt comfortable picking up Terrapagos, aka Critical Acclaim. You see on the left side is the baby Terrapagos, which you basically will not use, because baby Terrapagos will instantly transform once hitting the field into Terrapagos Terrestrial, which is the more turtle-like with the shell Pokemon. 95 base HP and attack is very decent, combined with the 110 in his defensive stats, so this thing is decently bulky. With 105 special attack it can hit pretty hard, and 85 base speed is nothing to scoff at as well. Knowing this thing gets Rapid Spin. Rapid Spin will boost my attack stat by, or my speed stat by 1.5, and also will clean hazards off the field, which is also very nice. It can set hazards itself. It does have Coal Mine to boost his special attack and special defense, and Rock Polish to boost his speed by 2 stages, basically doubling his speed stat. Terra Starstorm is a base 120 power move, 4-step normal damage. Yeah, just a great hard-hitting move, and his special attacking coverage is just phenomenal. So very happy to be able to pick it up, and very curious to see if I can make this Pokemon work. For number 3 I have more of a story, because I picked it up and immediately after I realized, wait, there was another Pokemon I really wanted. I should pick that one up first, because I don't think it's going to last, knowing that Ryan Haywood was having the same plan as me. And the second I came back into the chat to change my pick, someone else had already picked, so I was not able to go back on my pick. But we picked up for round 3 something I'm still very happy with. Anal beats the Thunderous Therian form. Thunderous Therian is mainly a attacking poke, or more offensive based Pokemon, with 79 HP, 70 defense and 80 special defense. It does have stats to take a single or 1 or 2 hits, especially if they are resisted. But with 105 attack, 145 special attack and 101 speed, this Pokemon is more oriented to go on the offensive stat. On the offense. With agility it can basically boost my speed, doubling my speed. It has Nasty Plot to double that already insanely high special attack with from 145. And yeah, basically this is going to be just firing off incredibly hard hits. It's another defogger, so I do have Pokemon that can get rid of hazards on my side of the field, and if needed to be, defog also clears out screens and terrains. So yeah, very happy I ended up picking this up. Like I said, great move pool on the special side. 105 physical attack is also very decent, as it does not get any special flying type moves, but on the physical side it does have quite some 3 options, with Skydrop, Fly and Acrobatics, so don't be surprised if you ever see me run a physical set. In round 4 I was happy to see that the Pokemon I wanted to draft round 3 was not sniped from me, because Ryan decided to go on another route. So I was happy I could pick up Unbound the Archeludon. For people who are unaware about Archeludon is a great Pokemon. I've used it before in my Burnt Tower Draft League Rain team, and it was very effective for me. It has more immunities and resistances than it has weaknesses or neutral types it takes damage from. Combining that with a 90 HP and a 130 defensive stat, this thing is a physical defensive monster, especially combine that with the stamina ability, which gives it a boost, a +1 boost in its defense every time it takes a hit. 105 attack and 125 special attack are also very decent, with 125 special attack of course being a bit better. Combining that with Electro Shot, a special electric type move that is 120 base power attack, base power, and giving a special attack boost by 1 for every time you click it, and in rain it just shoots off immediately, and not like Solar Beam needs, just like Solar Beam in Sun, it does not need to charge when in rain. So yeah, Archeludon, a great addition to the team. 65 base special defense is still pretty workable, especially if you run something like an Assault Vest on it. And yeah, I'm very happy to have this thing on my team again. Around this time I felt like I needed a bit more, or I wanted to pick up a grounded poison type, which I was able to do with Brompton Cocktail, the Overquill. Overquill does have very good physical stats. With 85 HP and speed, it can take a hit and be decently fast. 95 base defense makes it pretty bulky on the physical side, especially combined with Intimidate. 115 base attack means it does not need much attack investment to do a big chunk of damage to most mons. And his 65 special stats are there, mainly. Being a dark and poison type, it means it only has a weakness to the ground type. And with it being a grounded poison type, I have a Pokemon to switch in to toxic spikes and basically absorb those spikes without having to take a status condition from it with other Pokemon, which is very nice. Other abilities besides Intimidate are Poison Point, pretty useless, and Swift Swim, which doubles his speed while it is raining. So yeah, at this point I won't be surprised if you already figured out the strategy I had on my team. Overquill has some nice attacking options in Barbarage with the 50% chance to poison your opponent, and once it's poisoned, Barbarage does double the damage. Stab options like Crunch or Throat Chop for dark type options. It can always use self-destruct at the end of its lifespan just to do one time more massive damage. Options like Spikes and Toxic Spikes are always nice to have on the team, and in the end something I've used before is Swift Swim, Destiny Bond, just to take out a scary Pokemon on the opponent's side of the field. Yeah, just basically sacrifice my Overquill for a more scary option on their side of the team and just be done with that. So with Archeludon and Overquill I do have a bit of a physical defensive core, but my special side is not looking all that great. So that's why I decided to pick up Scream the Screamtail. Screamtail is a monster on the special defensive side with 115 base HP and 115 base special defense. 111 base speed makes it outspeed quite a lot of Pokemon, honestly, which is very nice because Screamtail does have a great supporting move pool with moves like Thunder Wave, Encore, with things like Perish Song and Wish. It can move before the opponent. So basically, if my opponent wants to set up, I can click Encore and while outspeeding it and yeah, be faster than it, lock it into Encore so it can't do much from that point on out. Wish is great for coming off a 115 base HP stat, because that means it the 50% HP stat that it has will be passing on to my Pokemon I might switch in. Besides more defensive options, it can go for Bulkable Calm Mind, so basically boosting a physical or a special side by one stage. It does get both Light Screen and Reflect, which is nice. Perish Song I believe I already said. Roar is great to get rid of a opposing Pokemon and just be annoying with hazard damage. It can use Trick if I want to, so give a useless item to my opponents. And both his physical and special move pool are pretty wide, honestly. Moves like Blizzard or Boom Burst, Expanding Force, Fire Blast and Flamethrower are nice. Focus Blast, Grass Knot, Hyper Voice and Ice Beam, Psychic Noise, Psy Shock, Stored Power, Thunderbolt. Just on the special side, on the physical side, things like Body Slam, Crunch, Drain Punch, Facade, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and Stomping Tantrum, Thunder Punch. Yeah, all just very decent options. So it's a great supportive mon that does not have to be a supportive mon. So it gives me the flexibility that I really like in my Pokemon. Yeah, after Screamtail I had to wait not all that long to pick up my next mon, because it's my 6th pick and I was on that end of the snake turn. So after Screamtail I was able to combine it with Kingdra as my first Terra Captain. Good thing to know about the Terra Captains, you don't have to declare what which 3 Terra types it can use during the season. It's an open Terra option, so I can give it whatever Terra type I need in a particular matchup. Gunslinger the Kingdra is, yeah, as you might see, another switch swimmer, so another thing great during if there's rain up on the field. With base 95 attack and defensive stats, it can hit decently hard. It can set up on the physical side with Dragon Dance. I can run a sniper set with focus energy and a scope lens just to hit things very hard with a crit. And it being a dragon and water type only gives it 2 weaknesses in dragon and fairy. His move pool is not all that wide on the physical side, but on the special side Kingdra does have quite a bit of options to be using. Besides his regular water and dragon type moves on the special side, it does get Hurricane as a for a flying option, Blizzard and Ice Beam for water or ice type options, Flash Cannon for steel type options, Clear Smog for a poison type option, Weather Bolt to have a very hard and accurate water type move in rain. It just lacks the 10 the 10 base power Hydro Pump has, but has 20% better accuracy, so much better. And it being a Terra Captain, it's also nice to have it know Terra Blast, so it can always do stab damage with the Terra type that it has. After Kingdra, I again had to wait a long time. I did not have a Ghost type for spin blocking, which I always like to have. And I didn't have a Grass type, so with Terrapagos being my only spinner, I decided to pick up Bramblegast, which ticked off a lot of boxes for me. Bramblegast, aka Afterlife, I've used in the past both offensively and defensively. Offensively, it has quite a nice speed stat, base 90, knowing that it can learn Rapid Spin. If you don't want to run a fast set but still want to hit first, it has access to Shadow Sneak and Power Whip and Poltergeist, coming off a base 115 attack stat from Bramblegast. With both being stab options, this thing can hit like a truck. But that doesn't mean I have to use it offensively every week, as I can use it defensively with moves like Leech Seed with Strength Stab. I can lower the base attack or the attack stat for my opponent and gradually heal myself back up to full health. With the Windrider and Infiltrator abilities, it makes sure Windrider that I can be hit by Hurricane, because I'll be immune to wind type moves, not flying type moves, but wind type moves. So things like Hurricane and Gust will boost my speed stat, while also being immune to flying, which is very nice, with me being weak to flying. And Infiltrator to ignore effects of screens, to get past substitutes and all that, which is also a very nice option. At this point, I wanted to make sure that I got a rain Pokemon, because Ryan already got Politoed and he wanted to pick up Pelipper in his turn before this. So I decided to pick up Pelipper before he could, because I knew he wanted to do that and go for double rain setters. Pelipper, aka Lost, is a familiar face for me because, again, just like Overquill and Archeludon, I've used Pelipper before on my Burnt Out Rough League rain team. And spoiler alert, there's gonna be another returning face from that team. Pelipper is mainly a physical, bulky, defensive Pokemon with 100 defense. Main ability I'm going to be using is Drizzle, so just to set up the rain for me. Being water and flying gives it just the 2 weaknesses for electric and rock. With base 95 it can pretty well defend itself with Step, Hurricanes, Surf, Scald, Weather Ball, which always turns into a water type move with Rain Dish, with Drizzle. And also having options like Ice Beam, Roost, U-Turn, makes it a very useful Pokemon on this team. Leads me to my final 2 mons. I first had picked up, what was it again? Aggron and Gastrodon, because I did not have a ground type at this point, but after picking them up I realized nothing outspeeds Screamtail, and having a base 111 Pokemon as your fastest Pokemon was something that did not sit very well with me, so I decided to pick up a Fostermon Combat, which cost me 11 points, and that left me with just 2 points, and I decided to pick up a familiar face from the SBF season I just finished, and that's Probopass, a little piece of heaven. Probopass was just 2 points, so it fitted perfectly with Kingdra to be a Terra Captain. Basically at the choice, do I go Probopass as a Terra Captain or do I go Brambleghast as a Terra Captain? And with Probopass having 2 4x weaknesses, it made more sense to me to make Probopass the Terra Captain to terrestrialize out of those weaknesses. Probopass is a great defensive Pokemon, as you can see, with 145 defense and 150 special defense. The sturdy ability makes sure I can't be knocked out in a single hit. But I can also go for Magnet Pool shenanigans, trap in another Steel type and do massive damage, normally with moves like Earth Power or Body Press, with Body Press coming from a 145 defensive stat, of course. I don't see it coming in many weeks, but in the season in the SBF that I used it, it went 8-1, I believe, in 2 games, so if it can get those same stats for this season, I will be very happy and very pleased with it. And last but not least, I picked up a very speedy mon, base 136 speed. Please welcome Dear God, the Dear Barraskewda. Again, another Swift Swim user. My 4th water type overall, but again, it's a rain team, so what you expect. Base 123 attack makes it a menace to deal with. Already very fast without a Swift Swim. With Swift Swim, it's just outspeeding everything. I believe I can even outspeed a Choice Scarfed Regieleki in rain if I want to. Just let that sink in. A Regieleki with Choice Scarf. Dear God. This Pokemon has quite a few options in his offensive move pool. It can go for Ice Fang to hit those electric types for super effective damage. It does get Close Combat to hit Pokemon very hard. Mainly for Steel types normally, because Steel types are very hard to break through, but with Close Combat I can hit just a little bit harder than with a regular water type move. Moves like Crunch and Drill Run are also very nice options to have. Facade for once, for if I ever get statused. Poison Jab and Psychic Fangs are also great options for example, Grass types, or Psychic Fangs for fighting types and poison types and whatever. So I even go for Skill Shot to boost my speed stat even further. And And I even have 2 physical flying type options to use. Bounce, which is 85 base attack, base power and 85% accurate, which is not great, but it does have 30% chance to paralyze. Or I can go for Peck. Moving on. So yeah, I have these 11 mons you see on the downside of your screen. That gives me a very green overall weakness bar, which is pretty nice because I normally have 1 or 2 red weaknesses, mainly ground. My base or my average stats do look very good, especially my physical side with 89 attack and 98 attack and 97 defense. 92 special attack is also very decent. I have some very hard-hitting Pokemons like Thundurus, Therian, Archeludon and Terrapacos. While Kingdra and Pelipper also can hit very hard. Base 87 special defense doesn't look all that amazing compared to the defensive stat, but I still have base 150 Probopass, base 110 Terrapagos, and base 115 Screamtail, so nothing really to worry about. 4 Rock Setters, 2 Spike Setters, a Toxic Spike Setter, 2 Spinners and Defoggers, a lot of momentum options, some knock-off support with Trick and Wish is also very nice to have, some T-Wavers and some Toxic spreaders. So yeah, these 11 months will have to pull me through this season. I'm very looking forward to it, and I hope you will, or you are as well. Yeah, let me know down below if you have figured out what my naming scheme is for this season. And yeah, let me know how well you think I will be doing with this team. Uploads will probably be on Wednesdays. Not really sure if I can consistently make that, but like I said, I'll be trying. Yeah, I hope you had a good one, and I hope to see you all next week for week 1. I have been Timothy, aka Forza, aka FCFan21. Hope you have a good one, and see you at my next video. Bye!